Okay, here to wrap up the weekend edition of the Corlin Economics Report from the Silver Summit. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Bahman Yamini. Played a couple rounds of golf with Bahman's son 2 weeks ago, I guess it was. Kicked my ass, as most people do, but this kid is really good. Is about all I can say. It was a pleasure playing golf with him. Got Kevin Hudak with us also. Kevin has been on the show a number of times. Kevin is a stockbroker who specializes in resource companies. I've known Kevin since he was recommended by my friend Jay Taylor in his newsletter years and years ago. Kevin, his information is also on our site right now, so if you want to learn more about what Kevin does, if you want to learn more about his expertise in the area of resource companies, simply click on the appropriate spot on our website, and that'll put you in touch directly with Kevin Hudak. Nice guy, I have to say. Kevin, I want to ask you to kind of handle this interview in the sense that Bahman is the president of Canasil Resources. I have to say, in the interest of full disclosure, I am an investor in Canasil Resources. I own a fair amount of stock in it. I'm very, very comfortable with that. I am not even close to being unbiased. And Bahman and his family are also good friends of Kathy's and mine. So I'm not arm's length, buddy, but I bet you can be. You have any questions for Bahman?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Al. My first question would be, well, first, for full disclosure, I do not own any of Canasil stock, mainly because of corporate concerns, and so I just stay out of that particular venue. But Canasil has had a roller coaster ride here in the last 18 months, 2 years. And can you give us, Bahman, a overview of where the company has been and then where it is going, including your new projects, and where they are in its life term?
Certainly, Kevin, you're right. The share price has been extremely volatile along with the resource markets. We are highly leveraged to the price of gold and silver and base metals, as well as to economic conditions and the resource markets in general. So with the uptrend in the resource markets and increasing silver prices, particularly early in 2011, our share price went up to as high as 60 cents. And after that, with the corrections in silver, it came down. With the economic problems in the U.S., the debt questions in the U.S. and Europe, it was very flat and down towards the end of 2011. There was quite a good pickup in January, February of 2012, both with gold and silver prices going up and more optimism in the markets. And we went back up to close to 40 cents. And then since then, again, with more concerns in Europe, in the U.S. in terms of the economic conditions, recently with some slowdown in the economies in the Far East as well, and also gold and silver prices being flattened down over the summer, it came down to as low as 9 cents. We have seen in the last month or so more optimism and increase in gold and silver prices, and we see definitely an upward trend. We are now, I think this morning we traded up to around 20 cents, up from around 12 or 13 cents just a few days ago. And that was on the back of silver, a big increase in silver today. There was about a 50-cent increase in the price of silver, about a $11, $12 increase in the price of gold. So you can see how high the leverage is to the price of gold and silver and economic conditions in the resource market.
Can you give us a short overview of your projects in Mexico and your joint venture projects with MAG and affiliates?
Certainly. While there are these fluctuations in the short term with the silver and gold prices and economic conditions, our long-term focus in Canasil is to acquire large world-class projects. And we have at least 4 of those in Mexico. We have 1 in British Columbia, Canada. One of those projects, La Esperanza, which is an extremely large project, potential for a high-grade silver mineralized system, is optioned to MAG. MAG Silver, as everyone knows, is an extremely successful explorer. It's a $700–800 million market cap, extremely well funded, very well recognized management team. Their agreement is to spend $5 million over 4 years, from September 2010 to September 2014, to earn a 60% interest in the project. They are now entering year 3. They have already spent close to $2 million. This year, between September 2012 to September 2013, they have to spend $1.5 million in order to keep their interest in the project. And that will go on from September 2013 to 2014 with an additional $2 million. So over the next 2 years, potentially $3.5 million to be spent on the project. They're now just about to start on a drill program, on the phase 2 drill program on the project, which will be a 3,500 meter drill program.
Do you have any early look at the first phase of drilling, and how does it look?
You know, before I turn the mic back to Bahman, Kevin, one thing I want to bring out here is I have been an investor in Canasil for what's been probably 2.5 years or thereabouts now. It is a fairly volatile company in terms of share price, but I think Bahman summed it up really, really well when he said, you know, we're closely related to the price of silver, and we're also closely related to the overall tenure of the resource exploration market. And if for anyone who believes that there is going to be a bit of a reversal. I mean, silver's held up very, very nicely, in my opinion. The resource sector has not done very well, as evidenced by the fact that Canasil stock was trading as low as 9 cents. As you brought out, it's trading at 20 cents now. The interesting thing about that is that's over 100% increase. Kathy and I are putting our money where our collective mouths are, in the sense that we continue to invest in the real estate sector for the reason that we see a significant strengthening here. Anyway, didn't mean to interrupt, but you were talking about the phase 2 drilling program, etc.
Well, where the project you asked, the question was what have MAG seen so far. They've completed an airborne geophysical survey on the project. When they optioned the project from us, it was 20,000 hectares, about 200 square kilometers, and they added another 50,000 hectares because of their belief that this is potentially a very large district scale system and could be hosting a world-class mineralized system. They've done airborne surveys that gives them a lot of confidence in terms of what they're seeing in the region. There are 4 different vein systems. The phase 1 drill program did a step-out program on one of the veins, and they had 3 very encouraging intercepts there. They are now going on to another one of the veins, which has about a 1.2 kilometer strike, and they're looking for these veins with the long strike lengths, which could potentially host large mineral deposits. So they will be exploring that. They will go on to test the other veins as well. So they're systematically working through the project and the mineralized system there to try to create value.
Is there a time frame that MAG is looking at and you're looking at to where you can define the resource and then look at feasibility studies and then look at bringing a mine on or bringing in a mining company to turn it into a mine, the processing facilities, and then actually go into production? Is there a timeline?
Well, I think that would be down the road. We are now initially looking at the discovery stage. So we have a exploration project, and you have to make those initial discoveries which indicate a significant resource. And that would be, I think, in the next couple of years, we're working on that discovery process. And that is where you actually get the highest value added, the highest value increase in the project value and in terms of the effect on our share price. After that comes the process of infill drilling to define the resource and the size of the resource, and then the question of feasibility, the preliminary economic assessment studies, feasibilities, and then going on to considering production comes after that. So I think we're a way off from that at this time.
Okay, so phase 2 drilling started now, or it started a month ago. That will run for 8-12 months?
The phase 2 drill program is a 3,500 meter drill program. Typically, MAG can get that done in a matter of probably 2 to 3 months at the most. It goes fairly quickly. If everything's working well, the drills work pretty fast, and they'll go through that 3,500 meters. Typically, they can drill up to 50-60 meters per day, depending on the rock conditions. And then you've got some layovers going from changeovers from one hole to the next, so that the 3,500 meters is potentially around 60 days of drilling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Actually, I did not mean real estate. I actually did mean the resource sector, but you may have a surprise. What the heck, Bahman? I may buy all the ground that your company owns in Mexico. You never know. Having said that, so that's what Kevin Hudak looks at. Those are some of the preliminary questions that he would ask of a company that he was beginning to perhaps discuss with some of his clients. Kevin, thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome.
And Bahman, thank you so much for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the show. We originated this entire program from the Silver Summit over here in Spokane, Washington. It has certainly been our pleasure to attend.